Well, that answers my stat that I was wondering earlier about when was the last time there was a shutout in a clinching game. Well, the Hurricanes have done it. They've struck gold. They've hit the jackpot in Vegas and won the Stanley Cup. You know what I realized? I've yet to make a video on the Carolina Hurricanes and what they did and how they won the Stanley Cup. So I thought I'd make a video real quick. Overall, what's been pretty impressive, like you have the Knicks winning, the Knicks won first and then the Hurricanes won the next day. What's been kind of impressive, and I talked about it a little bit in the stream, is watching what this team has been through to get to the championship point. I mean, we were here watching them get swept in 2023, watching them lose in 2025 to the hand of the Panthers again. And then, I mean, in 2024, they played the President Trophy winner, New York Rangers and win down 3-0 in that series as well. Like, there were a handful of reasons why they haven't been able to get to the Stanley Cup to this point because they've been playing a lot of good teams. But to see now that this was the year that they finally got over the hump was super cool. Not to repeat every other talking point for sports and how they've described this series as a whole. This was one of the better Stanley Cups that I've remember watching in recent memory. I mean, the first four games, you had blown leads, you had comebacks, I mean, there were moments, after Marner had his hat trick, which I think Vegas and their offensive production going down and him, like, if Vegas would have won, he definitely would have won the Conn Smythe. The fact that Stahl won the Conn Smythe, very deserving considering his offensive production, where 5 straight games with 5 straight goals. He would have put himself on a list of his own if he scored a goal in game 6. It was impressive to see that in this series where we're at the end of game 1 where it's like, hey, Vegas could take this one. We're at the end of game 2 where it's like, no, Carolina's never out of the mix. They're going to get involved. And to just see the amount of times going back and forth, it was a pleasure. I feel like both teams could have won this series. And not until game 5 did we, after Carolina took the 3-2 lead, was the pressure mounting of, okay, yeah, this is probably going to go Carolina's way. And even in game 6, I mean, you have to give credit to their defense and goaltending with shutting them out, because we haven't seen a closeout shutout game since, I mean, the last time I believe was in 2021 when Tampa won it. But the amount of saves and where, okay, the game's on the line, like Eichel had a really good look. And there were parts where I was watching the game where it's like, okay, yeah, they're probably the one that went off the top of the bar and out, that was their chance. That was their chance to make a 2-1 and get back into this. But nope, because, okay, this is the play that I'm talking about. This is where the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. He's making this. And just off the doing. That'll be the play they remember. So now we're 2 minutes away. Nope. Goaltending, man. I was saying it all playoffs, and I kind of feel the same way in the sentiment, with hockey as I do with soccer and maybe a little bit of football as well. But football is much different. You have a good goaltender or keeper, whatever. You have a great defense, and you have some good, you know, okay, we need to lock in and, get a stop here. Um, when you have a team that can do that, oh my gosh, look at the last handful of Stanley Cup winners. All of them have good defenses. This team definitely deserves it. They've been, there were a lot of people, myself included, where it's like, I don't know, when are they going to get over the hump? But the fact that they've finally done it and won, no other team was deserving of winning it. And just, it's cool. It's cool to see a resilient group finally be able to do it. And yeah, like all the, the doubts of like, well, they didn't really beat anybody and look, like, playoffs are long, okay? And it's super impressive. So that's my thoughts on that. Rooting for Carolina. It was a fun series. It was a fun series. Would have been happy for either team, whether it was Carolina or Vegas. It was a really good series. And just the entertainment too. The first 4 games were just something where it's like, hey, you can't, like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? So anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.